What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post. You already know the vibes. And I'm back at you with your AEW Dynamite review. And I'm gonna just go ahead and get this out the way because Toni Khan, man, what you got going on, brother? So this past Sunday, AEW Revolution, I think universally it was regarded as an overall good, some people would even say great pay-per-view. That was until the main event between Cope and Jon Moxley for the AEW Championship, and of course that involved the cash-in of Christian Cage, and that whole debacle and all those shenanigans, and people across the board did not like that. People are not feeling the Death Riders. People are not feeling this whole storyline between Jon Moxley and Cope. People were not feeling the match at all. And Toni Khan's bright idea to this is to have the rematch take place next week, Jon Moxley versus Adam Copeland for the AEW Championship. But this time it's going to be in a street fight. And I'm not feeling this. Nobody's feeling this. Nobody wants to see this. And whoever wins that match will wrestle Swerve at Dynasty for the AEW Championship. Now, again, I'm not feeling this old Death Rider storyline. I could really care less. Cope, Edge, whatever you want to call him, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. But it's like, man, look at what they're doing to my boy, man. Look at what they're doing to my guy Edge. And it's really weird to say that I don't care about seeing Edge do stuff or Cope. I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. Who knows? Maybe the fact that it's a street fight, maybe it'll be better than the Revolution match. But the feeling is that me personally, I don't care. Now, I don't know how you guys feel, but I know I don't care about this. I know I want to see the Death Rider storyline end. I know I want to see somebody else be AEW champion, whether it's Swerve, whether it's Hangman, whether it's MJF, whether it's Will Ospreay. Now, later in the show, Will Ospreay came out. He cut a promo with Tony Schiavone. He was talking about his steel cage match against Kyle Fletcher, and about how his wife was mad at him for jumping off the top of the cage. But he said it's all worth it because he has goals in mind. He's moved past the Don Callis family. He's moved past Kyle Fletcher, and now he wants the gold sucker. And he said he sees everyone else calling their shot, and now it's his time to call his. So his goal is to main event All In this year from Texas for the AEW Championship. And he also declared that he will be in the Owen Hart tournament. Now, with that statement, it's looking like the Owen Hart tournament will be for the number one contendership for the AEW Championship, and that's cool because this is a yearly thing. You get a trophy, you get a championship, but there also needs to be stakes on the line. So the fact that they are going after the AEW Championship, I'm cool with that. And someone else that wants to go after the AEW Championship is Switchblade Jay White. Now, the $1 million question is, did Jay White hit Cope on purpose with the briefcase or not? Jay White says no, he didn't. The crowd says no, he didn't. Renee is kind of like, maybe. But, we just got to wait and see, man. It is Jay White, so he's Jay White, so you can't trust Jay White. I like Jay White as a face, but you never know with this guy. So we have Kenny Omega open up the show. He is the new international champion. He's saying that this time last year he didn't think he would be in this situation. He didn't know if he would be able to wrestle again, but yet he's standing here as an international champion. And Takeshita pushed him to limits that he didn't know he had. He restored the feeling in Kenny Omega of being the best bout machine once again, and he wants to be a fighting champion. So now we have a tournament to see who will face Kenny Omega. I think at Dynasty, it's a I forget what they call it, but it's like an international tournament, Contenders Series Classic, whatever the fuck. But it's different wrestlers from all over the world, competing. The main event match was between Orange Cassidy and Hinchicero. It was what it was. I don't know if this needed to main event. And on top of that, the match didn't start till like 9:58. So I'm like, yo, what are we doing? But, Orange Cassidy wins to the surprise of nobody. And he's going to move on to a fatal 4-way match. And another competitor that will be in that fatal 4-way match is the debuting Speedball Mike Bailey. Speedball Mike Bailey, he's like an international superstar from Canada. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I'm the biggest Speedball fan, not because I don't like him, but that's because I'm not really too familiar with him. Like, I've seen a couple of his matches in Impact, and I like Speedball Mike Bailey, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in AEW. And based off what I've seen, I'm a fan. I like this guy. He wrestles with no shoes on. He kicks the shit out of you, and he looks cool, so I like Mike Bailey, good for him. So it's going to be Orange Cassidy, Mike Bailey, and we'll see who wrestles on Collision. I think Ricochet is wrestling, I forget who, but I know Mark Davis and Mark Briscoe are wrestling, so it's going to be the battle of the Marks. So that should be pretty cool. Another thing is Toni Storm is officially the women's champion. I mean, she's always been women's champion, but she's let it be known that, whoever wants it, pretty much in the words of John Cena, if you want some, come get some. And as she's making her speech, Bayne comes out of nowhere and just beats the crap out of her. And Bayne was all over the show, because we fast forward to the one women's match of Dynamite. It is between Willow Nightingale and Penelope Ford. Willow ends up getting the win, but Penelope tries to attack Willow with a steel chair. She probably one of the worst steel chair shots I've ever seen. But you see Chris Statlander come out to make the save, and her and Willow aren't really cool yet. But Bayne once again comes out and attacks both Willow and Chris Statlander. So Bayne is making it be known that she, I'm assuming, wants to be women's champion, and I wouldn't be mad at that. It's something different. It's finally something different from Mariah May. It's giving Toni Storm something to do outside of Mariah May. So I'm all here for it, man. Speaking of the women, we have Mercedes Moné. She's going to be wrestling Billy Starks next week. And I think we're getting one step closer to Mercedes versus Athena. Max Caster got his cheeks clamped by Takeshita. Not really much to say about that, but Takeshita is still kind of mad that he lost his international championship, and I'm pretty sure he wants it back. But the last thing I want to talk about is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. Now, we saw him coming out. He's talking about how he's not finished with Hangman. And as he's cutting his promo, you see MVP come out. Now, earlier in the show, you saw MVP talking to the Hurt Syndicate. He gave them the week off, because they did a good job of beating up the Outrunners. And he said they need to go out and celebrate. It can't be all business all the time. So, he just gave them the week off. But MJF is talking to MVP. MVP presents Maxwell Jacob Friedman with a business card, and they're teasing something. MJF joined the Hurt business. Do I think he's gonna join? I don't know, but we just gotta wait and see. But like I said, MJF said he's not finished with Hangman. They had a backstage segment, and I can't wait to see them wrestle once again. So, man, Dynamite, good show. Pretty decent follow-up to Revolution. It had a whole bunch of video packages, especially the video package for Mariah May and Toni Storm. That was beautiful. But it was a pretty good follow-up, setting up Dynasty. Pretty decent show. A lot of talking, a lot of promos going on, but I ain't too mad at it. But with that being said, guys, what did you think of this week's episode of Dynamite? Are you excited to see Cope and Moxley wrestle once again? Let me know how unexcited you are in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Bees them out. Peace.